Hey guys, so I'm super excited. This time next week, snowboarding. It's super rad. We go every year. It's called SnowCon. We go and we plan our business strategy. We put down what we want to do. It's a year of planning. It's amazing. It's I think our 7th one we're doing. Fantastic. But what I wanted to do is before I go, I was thinking I wanted to take you through one of the exercises I did on SnowCon once because I think it's a pretty cool tool. So here's what happened. In the morning, I woke up and I sent everybody a message, and it was around X equals and a number, right? So one guy got X equals 30K, 30M. One person got X equals 50M. In fact, yeah, and then one person got X equals 100M. And I said, don't tell anybody what this is about. It'll be apparent later. So off we went, and we started doing the session. We've been riding and things like this, snowboarding all day. It was great. And then we get down, we sit brainstorming. And I said to the guys this, hey, here's what I want you to do. I want you to answer a question to say this. And it basically said, if the business is to achieve X in the next year, or the next 3 years, I think I said that, or 2 years. If the business is to achieve X in the next 2 years, what do we need to do? And here's the thing. I said to them, now, remember what I said to you X equals this morning? Don't discuss it with anybody else, but that's what I want you to do. Now, the first thing, incidentally, about this that was cool is that anytime you're brainstorming anything with anyone, create a constraint, right? Create a rule so that you don't have everyone just free for all in their own thinking, right? Because everybody already had an idea of how do we grow our business. So the one person had, if the business is to make 30 million Rand in the next 2 years, what will we need to do? One had, if it's to make 50 million Rand, what will we need to do? And if it's to make 100 million Rand, what will we need to do? So we had these 3 constraints. Now here's the thing for me that was interesting, is that when they came back and they went away and they were brainstorming and things like this, when they came back, the team that had 30 million, theirs was easiest. It was just basically, the 2 people had that. That was just sell more. Go and speak to big clients again, try and make sure we win this business again. That was super easy. So that was it. It was basically what we always do in business by default, but just do a little bit more of it, a little bit better. And incidentally, that's the hardest thing, because it's very, very hard to do what you're used to doing a little bit better consistently. Because if you were doing it a little bit better consistently, you'd be doing it then. Okay, then we had the next team. See what I did there? I'm an artist. Then we had the next guy, and the next guy came back and his was 50 million Rand. Now here's the funny thing. To get us to where we were to 50 million Rand, you can't just sell a bit more. You have to try and think of some new cool things to do. So it was a bit of a combination, right? It was a bit of like, okay, we've got to sell more, we've got to do this, we've got to try and get some seriously big clients, we've got to focus on the things that are only the most profitable and do this. So it was somewhat the same, but a bit different. And then he started bringing some new ideas, right? We should do this, we should do that, we should do the next thing. So that was pretty cool. I was quite excited about that. But then we had the 100 million guy, the 100 million Rand guy. Too much, it's too much, stop. Anyway, the 100 million Rand guy. Now the 100 million Rand guy, no part of what he came up with, his name was Neil, he now works for Adidas in Portland. His stuff was all different. It was all blue sky thinking. It was all like, sure, we need to have an online business. We need to have this, we need to have that, we need to have the next thing. And he came up with all these big plans. And it was like, shit, we need to start this right now because it's going to take time to roll out. We need to come up with, and it wasn't like come up with one new product. It was like reinvent modes of making money. Right? Come up with something completely fundamentally different. Now here was the funny thing. Even though the plan was just to get to 30 million, it was those ideas that were important. Because here's the problem. If we'd got to 30 million with the sell more example, then at the end of that, the next year, we might have got to 31 million. But if we got to the 30 million with the 100 million ideas, right? Then the year after that, instead of being at 30 million, the year after that, we're at 35 million or 40 million. And that's why the ideas were so important. And this is what I want to say to you right now. It's so often that we have a target and a number, and we say to our teams, how can we make this number? And what I'm suggesting you do is not just do that. Take this exercise, give people different numbers, and make one of the numbers something ludicrous that there's no way you see yourself getting there. But it's the person who's focused on the ludicrous goals, ludicrous victory conditions, that is the person who's going to come back with the craziest ideas. And it's the craziest ideas that are going to have the biggest effect on your business or your team or your business unit or whatever it is. So that's what I want you to do. Tomorrow morning or right now, you're going to send a group in your team, you're going to say X equals this, And you're going to send a few of them, and then you're going to meet them tomorrow for coffee. And it takes you 15 minutes. And say, hey, I want you to brainstorm by yourself for 10 minutes and come up with the idea where X equals this. Try this exercise. The ideas you get will be fundamentally different than when you're just asking people, how do we get to where we want to go? It's well worth thinking about. It's well worth doing. And speaking of where we want to go, I want to go snowboarding, so I'm going to leave now. Peace.
Yeah! I'm Kevin from Missing Link. Thank you so much for watching this Get Rich Quick video. If you like it, hit the like button. If you like it even more, hit the subscribe button. Share it with your friends, your family, everyone you know. Have a great one, and we'll catch you in the next video.